Thanks for supporting the channel by clicking the links in the description box. And thank you so much for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And now let's get into this podversation. What's up, guys? We're going to have a podversation, and this one is going to be about Method Man's wife and her addressing the claims that Wendy Williams has put out recently regarding her alleged one-night stand with her husband, who goes by the name rapper Method Man, whose real name is Clifford Smith Jr. All right. So Clifford Smith Jr., better known as or always known as Method Man, his wife's name is Tamika Smith, and she is addressing these allegations that Wendy Williams made about her alleged one-night stand with him. And she and Method Man, they got married in 2001. So it was reported some time ago that Method Man, who goes, by that rapper name, but his real name is Clifford Smith Jr., he was really angry with Wendy Williams because she let out the information that his wife was going through cancer treatments. She was being treated for cancer. And that's private information. And this was well before the HIPAA laws and the HIPAA Act and all of those things. So even though Wendy Williams is not in the medical industry, there's still decency when it comes to people's personal health information, and for someone to let that out of the bag when that person did not share it themselves, that can be really rough, and I wouldn't even want to imagine what that is like. But in a statement, Tamika Smith, she is denying that Wendy Williams has ever been intimate with her husband, and she is referring to Wendy Williams as a quote, I quote, miserable bitch. And she's saying that Wendy is just obsessed with her and her family. So she made some statements on social media to call out these things because she is just like, I'm done, I'm tired. And so when she talked about how Wendy Williams revealed years ago that she had cancer on air on her, radio show, she let that information out before she was even able to let her own family know. So now with all of this stuff going on and her talking about this situation, I guess she's just like, you know what, I am done. So she made the statements on her social media account. So she says, for years, I kept my silence while Wendy Williams launched constant verbal attacks against my husband, myself, and our family. In the past, I ignored her lies, innuendos, and blatant attempts to provoke us. But Wendy has proven again and again that she is incapable of any decency. Her obsession with our lives has reached a new low, and I'm tired of taking the high road. In an obvious attempt to increase ratings for her sad biopic, her struggling TV show, and her burnt-out career, Wendy has once again targeted my husband. It's a pattern that she has repeated for years. When I was diagnosed with cancer years ago, Wendy shared my personal medical information with her listeners live on the air during her radio broadcasts. She didn't care that she was violating my right to privacy or that I hadn't shared the news of my diagnosis with my family and friends yet. She never apologized, never expressed any regret whatsoever. Despite my anger, I chose not to respond publicly to her unhealthy fixation with my husband and our marriage. It was clear that she was sick and that she was struggling with a lot of issues, including self-hate and low self-esteem. Over the years, those issues have made her increasingly ugly, both inside and out. And no amount of plastic surgery can fix the ugliness inside of her. Instead of using her platform to uplift women, she has spent her career attacking marriages while her own fell apart. She criticized celebrities battling addictions despite her own struggles with substance abuse. There's no limit to how low she will go in the name of making headlines. Her career is on life support. Her husband has abandoned her, and the ratings for all of her projects are down. She's desperate for attention and is trying to use my husband's popularity as a way to get her name trending. How sad that a woman who was once revered in the entertainment industry has reduced herself to a tabloid side note and circus freak. For the record, my marriage is solid. My husband continues to enjoy a successful career, and Wendy will forever be one of the most miserable bitches on the planet. All right, guys, so you heard her statements that she wrote out. Very well written, might I add. I mean, honestly, there wasn't really much slang in there. It was literally just like spot on. If there weren't the miserable, bitches in there and and saying, no amount of plastic surgery can fix the ugliness inside of her written out, I would think that an attorney wrote the statement for her. And so other than that, it was very well written out. Now listen, I don't know any of these people. I don't know Wendy Williams. For the most part, she seems like, a person that is likable but has many, many issues. And when you have many, many issues and you are not happy, you're going to do things and lash out in ways that are not very beautiful to other people. And this is a very ugly thing that she did. Method Man, he has not come out and made any statements or comments thus far about these rumors or allegations. So we don't know if this is really true. She has alleged it. He has not confirmed it. And even in the statement that his wife wrote, she didn't say that never happened. She just said that our marriage is solid. And that doesn't mean that you can't have a solid marriage after infidelity, because that happens a lot. People slip up and stuff happens, and people either decide to work it out and move on, or they're like, no, I can't handle this and I'm done with you. So if it did happen, they have obviously decided that they are in it to win it, and they're going to continue to be in this marriage. And she says that our marriage is strong. So, it's solid. She said, my marriage is solid, and my husband continues to enjoy a successful career. And, in that, it didn't say my husband categorically denies ever having a one-night stand or having intimate relations or whatever, sleeping with, smashing, whatever words that people use, Wendy Williams. So it could be the truth, and then it may not be. Again, it's Wendy Williams' word. We don't have a confirmation from Method Man or any other witnesses that this indeed ever happened. But his wife is just like, in terms of me being silent anymore when it comes to you talking about my husband, I'm over it. I'm done. And it takes a lot to take the high road, people. It really does. But everybody has their limits. Trust me, I get it. I understand, because I am one of those people that will just give up the right and just say that I'm wrong just to not be in an argument with anyone, because I just don't feel that it's worth it. But sometimes you just get to the point where it's like, I cannot take it anymore. It is time to speak up. And then you just get to the point where it's like, when I'm done, I'm done. So she made these statements, and so far we don't have a response from Wendy Williams on the statements that his wife made. But I want to know what you guys think. Do you think that it really went down between Wendy and Method, or do you think that, like his wife said, she's just obsessed with him and the relationship that he has with his wife, and she was hoping that she could have something like him, and it just never worked out? You let me know your thoughts in the comment section. But I wouldn't be surprised if something may have went down on a drunken, night or whatever. Stuff happens, and apparently she's saying that it happened a long time ago. It wasn't anything that was recent. So who knows? But let me know your thoughts. Thank you for liking, commenting, and subscribing. And until the next episode, I'm just being beautifully honest.
you.